They begged for a messiah. What they got was a demolition crew of one. They didn't want truth, they wanted anesthesia. They didn't want a man, they wanted a mirror that lied. Something to pat their back while they drowned. Someone to smile and carry their weight so they never had to grow strong enough to lift it themselves. But the Sigma male doesn't show up to hold hands in hell. He kicks the doors off their illusion and throws gasoline on the fantasy. He's not here to heal what's diseased. He's not here to restore a broken system built on fear, ego, and comfort. He's here to wreck it, to raise the temple, to crush the idols they're too scared to destroy. The world begged for a gentle savior to whisper false hope. The Sigma showed up to tear the curtain down and expose the cowardice behind it. No cape, no smile, no speech. Just action, just fire, just the unapologetic thunder of a man who isn't afraid to build something real from the ruins of everything fake. Here are 10 savage truths why Sigma males don't save. They rebuild. 1. He doesn't rescue the weak. He dismantles what made them weak. The Sigma male isn't here to pull you out of your misery. He's here to make sure you never crawl back into it. He doesn't extend a hand just so you can stay soft. He forces your spine to grow. He sees weakness for what it really is. Not a condition, but a cage. A result of years of surrender, comfort, and lies. The Sigma doesn't comfort weakness. He dismantles the systems that create it. He'll burn the narrative you've wrapped around your excuses. He'll tear down the lies you told yourself about why you're not free. He doesn't rescue you because that's not how strength is built. He forces you to confront the pit you're in and gives you the hammer to climb out. 2. He doesn't patch systems, he burns the blueprint. While the world is busy taping over the cracks, the Sigma walks in with a match, because he knows the system was broken from birth. You don't paint a collapsing wall, you demolish it. He doesn't waste time fixing what was never real. Institutions, relationships, social contracts. If it doesn't serve truth, he torches it. Not out of anger, but out of integrity. He doesn't want to fix what keeps people stuck. He wants to make it impossible to return to it. 3. He doesn't lead crowds. He walks through them like fire. Crowds operate on shared fear. He walks with solar fire. They follow trends. He walks with a compass burned into his chest. He doesn't belong to their momentum. He creates gravity wherever he moves. And it's not charisma, it's conviction. You don't follow him because he charms you. You follow him because, for the first time in your life, you feel the difference between motion and purpose. When the Sigma walks through the crowd, people don't just see him, they feel judged by him, without a word spoken. He doesn't stop to explain. He doesn't wait to be loved. He walks through like a flame, and those ready to change follow what doesn't burn them down. Crowds worship comfort. They want safety in numbers, validation in echo chambers. The Sigma male doesn't give them either. When he walks through them, he does it like a wildfire clearing space, burning illusions, forcing confrontation. He doesn't ask for a following. He doesn't recruit disciples. His presence is too wild for groupthink, too precise for propaganda. And the ones who once mocked him for not fitting in, they watch in silence as he moves past, untouchable. He isn't followed because he's loud. He's followed because, without saying a word, he makes every man question the script he's been living. 4. He doesn't speak in hope. He speaks in warnings. He speaks in a voice that doesn't tremble and doesn't wait. His words are scalpel sharp and grenade loud. Every syllable he drops is a shot across the bow of your comfort zone. When the Sigma speaks, it doesn't land like poetry, it hits like prophecy. He doesn't care if it offends you. He cares if it wakes you up. Because the truth isn't supposed to feel good. It's supposed to hit so hard it leaves a scar, a reminder that you survived the lie, and now it's time to build something stronger. Hope is the opiate they spoon-feed the masses. It'll get better. Things will change. The Sigma doesn't deal in that soft poison. He deals in alarms, in forecasts written in ash and consequence. When he speaks, it's a rupture. His words slap the comfort out of your mouth and leave behind something raw, something real. He doesn't coddle weakness, he confronts it. And the sound of his truth, it's the sound of bridges burning behind you, so you have no choice but to move forward. 5. He doesn't carry victims. He forces evolution. He doesn't pity pain. He doesn't glorify it. He weaponizes it. The Sigma male doesn't carry you to safety. He drops you where your strength was supposed to grow. And when you scream that it's too much, he hands you a mirror instead of a handout. Because real power doesn't come from being rescued, it comes from being forced to rise. He sees victimhood for what it really is, a hiding place. And he's not here to coddle that. He's here to make you so uncomfortable, you either evolve or get out of his way. The truth? He doesn't hate victims. He hates what victimhood turns you into. And he knows the only way to free you from it is to kill the lie that keeps you there. So don't ask the Sigma to carry you. Watch him and build legs strong enough to walk beside him. He doesn't lend shoulders, he hands out mirrors. He makes you look. Not for sympathy, but for responsibility. Because pain isn't a death sentence, it's a forge. And if you're not using it to shape yourself, you're choosing to stay small. The Sigma isn't here to validate your wounds, he's here to weaponize your will. And if you won't walk, he won't wait. This isn't tough love, it's tough truth. And if you survive it, you come out forged, not fixed. 6. He doesn't heal comfortably. He breaks what shouldn't survive. He doesn't offer you a blanket and a safe space. He drags you into the mirror and dares you to stay there. Sigma healing is violent surgical precision that cuts through the rot. He's not interested in your feelings unless they're tools for growth. The pain you avoid, he makes you sit with it. The habits you justify, he rips them out by the root. The delusions you live in, he tears them down with one sentence that changes your whole reflection. Because if the old version of you could have survived, it would have. The fact that you're crumbling means it's time to be rebuilt from something stronger than comfort and cowardice. And that kind of healing, it's not for the faint of heart, it's for those ready to kill the lie and wear the scar like armor. He won't bandage what needs to bleed. He won't pacify what needs to die. Because healing isn't about feeling better, it's about becoming something new. And sometimes that means destroying what the world told you was essential. The Sigma doesn't offer gentle answers. He offers violent freedom. And if you walk through that fire, you don't just recover, you become something the pain can't touch again. 7. He doesn't reinforce identity. He destroys the false self. He sees your armor and knows it's made of trauma. Your voice, programmed, your goals, manufactured. He doesn't congratulate you for fitting in. He rips off the costume and shows you what you really are beneath it. And that identity crisis, that's your liberation. Because real strength doesn't come from being validated, it comes from being reborn. 8. He doesn't ask permission. He acts without waiting. He doesn't check if it's okay. He doesn't submit his vision for approval. The Sigma moves with a certainty that doesn't need a committee. His timing, immediate. His decisions, final. His reason, freedom isn't something you're given, it's something you seize. And if you're waiting to be allowed to be real, you'll die waiting. 9. He doesn't explain his methods. He lets results speak. They'll say he's cold, ruthless, uncompromising, and maybe he is. But while they're still arguing about the rules, he's rewritten the entire game. He doesn't show his math. He shows outcomes, unignorable, undeniable, unmatched. When the dust settles and the noise fades, it's the man who moves silently that everyone suddenly wants to understand. 10. He doesn't save a dying world. He builds a new one alone. He doesn't plead with a rotting world to behave. He leaves. Not because he gave up, but because he leveled up. The Sigma isn't sentimental, he's surgical. He watches empires crumble, and instead of mourning, he maps new ones. He walks alone, not because he has to, but because no one else is brave enough to walk where he's going. Final note, he doesn't walk in with soft hands and soft words. He doesn't hand you hope wrapped in convenience. He walks in like a storm, uninvited, undeniable, unstoppable. And when he leaves, the weak are either gone or forged into something harder than what tried to break them. He's not here for praise. He's not here for legacy. He's not here to be remembered. He's here to leave nothing fake standing. The Sigma male is not the hero you prayed for. He's the reckoning you forgot was coming. He doesn't save. He resets. Not with permission, but with precision. And when the smoke clears, you'll either be free or forgotten. They wanted a hero, someone gentle, someone digestible, someone who would fix everything without making them face anything. Instead, they got the hammer, not to punish but to rebuild, not to save what's broken but to create what never existed. He's not your savior. He's your last chance to see what real looks like before the fire takes it all down. Remember this: Sigma males don't arrive to comfort. They arrive to end the lie and build the truth in its place.